How's it going, everyone? Well, as you can see in front of me, I've got a whole bunch of options for speed loaders or mag loaders, whichever one you want to consider. So today's video, we're going to go over a few different types for the Steyr line, being the A1, A2, all the different sizes of mags, and the AUG. So just to kind of start off, for like A1 mags, we're going to do the 40 cal and 357. This is going to work for all four variants, all four models, so it doesn't matter if you have from an L to an S on the A1s. We've even got the extended plus mags for the A1 9mm. We're going to go into the A2 MFs. That's all going to work on the same thing. So it doesn't matter what pistol Steyr magazine that you have. The two loaders that I'm going to show today, the good, the bad, what I prefer, what I don't like about the other ones, are going to work on all these actual pistol mags. The AUG system, we're going to use a 10-round block mag. We're going to get into the Magpul P mags. Now this is for your standard AUG. This is not the AR-15 magazine. Since I do not run the AR component side, there's enough speed loaders, everything that works on standard P mags or standard AR mags. I'm not going to do that side of it. We're strictly doing the actual like waffle mag design, the actual original non-NATO AUG. So Magpul, if you're unaware, does make a P mag that works in your standard AUG, what I normally refer to as the SAI mag or the waffle mag. So these are set up no different from these for the way that they work in the gun. Physically, there's some different attributes to the outside, the way that the mags are designed, which is actually going to get into one of these loaders works and like two of these don't. Or you can make one work. So I'm going to show how the actual P mag differs from the waffle mag. So I'm going to bring you guys over here directly on top of the table so you guys can see a better up-close tabletop view of what we're going to do. So here we go. See you in a second. Well, as you can see, this is the RRS speed loader. I've done a review on this one in the past, but I kind of wanted to show it in this circumstance. We're going to show how easy this one works. We'll grab some rounds. I've made two videos on this particular speed loader. The first one was a first-hand when I first got it. Didn't really do a bunch about it. Figured, you know, what would I screw up? It's just a loader, not that overly complicated. And if y'all had seen that video, remember me talking about this block, that I was actually running it this way, and it had a couple issues, and it's actually supposed to be inverted and this way. I did have a conversation with RRS. I did a couple emails, a couple DMs back and forth. We talked a little bit about it, and one or two questions, things that I was curious about with it, being in the markings for the caliber, what the material was made out of, the actual loading block, and everything. So I got those questions answered. Check out those videos, give you a little bit more in-depth with this one for first-hand knowledge. Now I have been using it probably now almost 6 months. I've taken it out to the range a couple times. It's, you know, got a little dust on it because it's been sitting off on the shelf at the moment. But for taking it out to the range, it's not the easiest one to take just due to the size. It doesn't fold up. It's not really compact, but I like this for my big range days when I have to load a lot of mags, because this particular one works with the 10-round waffle mag. It works with the standard 30-round waffle mag. It'll work with the P mags. And I don't have to have one on the table to show you, but it is in the other video. You can actually get the 42-round mags. Granted, it does stick out here of the actual slot that it's designed for. You kind of have to angle it in a little bit, but the 42-round mag works. And I like this one just because it's simple. I can get the rounds loaded up real quick, and this one's the most efficient one for loading a lot of mags if you have to do it all day long. So I'm going to show you here with the 10 rounds. We'll throw in one of these others. I'll kind of give you a demonstration of how this one works and the reasons I like it. So like I said, it's fast. You can just dump a bunch of ammo into it. The biggest issue with this particular loader is the sorting process, is kind of getting all the rounds straight, you know, feeding them over and in. So it takes a minute just to kind of do that, but if that's the biggest complaint really that I have about this particular one, except for the physical size of it, like I said, it takes up a lot of room in a range bag. So if you've got a small bag, or if you're going to throw this in like with your AUG case, just make sure you have room for it. So here's the 10 round mag. We'll back these off just for a second. I'll show you here. This is actually cut out for the rooster spur on the back of the mag. So once it goes in, it locks. It doesn't pop out. So you don't have to hold the mag. Throw in the loader. Push. Granted, this is in front of me, but it loads all the rounds. That works really well. Does the same thing on the waffle, on the big one. Drops onto the same location. You do get finger holes. One thing I talked about where, because of the size of my hands, I'm gonna have to clearance the holes a little bit, but it's not difficult. I can still pull out the mag without an issue. Getting in and loading up the Magpul PMags, no issue there. Go ahead and sort a couple of these rounds out. Show you. Now, as you guys can tell, hopefully in the video, I ended up marking when this shows up to you, it is all black. So the white, the red here, and this is actually a green. I painted in just to give myself some better visuals and to customize a little bit. I kind of wish they did a little paint work over here, but they do make these speed loaders with some really nice graphics. This just happens to be the plain black one. So if you do get one, you can paint it up to your colors, or however you like it. The first one is 10 rounds. It's 20 rounds. They do a 28 round and a 30. Some people don't want to load all 30 rounds because they want their the springs to last, or they're worried. There's sometimes if you jam a PMag in too far with 30 rounds, they'll try to spit the top of the round out. Different people have different experiences with it, but that is what these marks are telling you for the round count. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll just load up this one. We'll go ahead and do the 28. Throw the brick in. My actual platform table is not perfectly level, so that's why it's kind of spinning here a little bit. I'll put my hand here on the back, but again, you don't really have to. I'm just doing it to hold it down. And we'll insert. Had one pop out. Yep, there we go. So that's how easy it is to use this RS speed loader. And like I said, I do like it. It works really well for doing a lot of magazines. So if you're looking for one, check those out, and I'll show you the next one. One thing before I take this off the table, just to let you guys know about, I'm gonna kind of give a price range on a few of these different options for these loaders. So at the time of filming and everything, this particular loader is about $30 to $40. So just so you all know the price point on that one. Next loader we're gonna pull up is actually the Steyr. It is a Slipla. I do not know how to properly pronounce this one, but it's Strip LULA. This here is basically designed to work with your stripper clips. It's just a basic, it's a small one. The design on this particular loader, it'll do 10 rounds. It's supposed to do loose ammo or anything on a stripper clip. It's all attached. It is just polymer based. It has kind of this retention spring here on the back. I guess if you wanted to put a lanyard on it is what this here is for. And it's also got a foot on the back of it to discharge magazines if you want to. So if you want to check this one out, it's made in Israel and it is Strip LULA. So there's the information in the card. I'll leave that up. Hopefully you guys can kind of see it towards there. And I'll show you how this one works on the 3 mags that we're messing with. So again, this is the 10 round box mag, a 30 round waffle, and a 30 round PMag. This particular speed loader will not work on a PMag. The back of the PMag, and what I was going to demonstrate earlier, It's the same spur setup, it's the same internal rails, but the thickness of the magazine and the extra webbing on this side is different than on the standard AUG mag. So on a couple of the speed loaders that I've noticed, this foot, when you go to install it on the back here, it will not grip around, and it's not even to the point that you can force it to go over. Like, it stops right there, which is too far out. It actually needs to sit down a lot further. So this particular loader won't work on the PMag. Though it works on the AUG mag, you just kind of clip it over. It does latch, so it sits there. If you wanted to do loose ammunition off the top, you could pick it up. One thing that I've noticed with it on doing loose ammo, I will say I've not used this on a stripper clip because I don't have one, and I don't use stripper clips, but when you load ammo into it, it sits in fine, but it has nothing really to bite onto, and I've noticed that a couple of the rounds, if they turn, they can actually pop out. It doesn't really retain rounds, they fall inside like this. So, of all the loaders so far that I've messed with just to do the AUG mags, this one's one of the smallest ones. It's definitely compact for a range bag, but it gives you some issues if the rounds are not all uniformed. If you do different companies, or when you start to load up a whole lot of them. I did try to take these and set them up. They're not doing it now. They fit in. Like I said, it does 10 rounds at a time. I did have one round that was just out of shape, and as soon as I stuck it in, I had like 3 more fall out. So we'll stick those in there. The top of this foot is inside a track that's locked. It just turns around and then you push it straight down. Works with 2 fingers. And then you load and you go for your next ones. So it's not a bad loader. I'm just not overly impressed. I guess, you know, with the rounds that, you know, fall out this way, it doesn't retain them. I kind of wish if it wasn't designed just for the stripper clip, or if it would grab the back of the casing where the extractor should get, I would like it a lot better. But it loads rounds quite easily. I haven't had any big falls out of it. I have kept this one in the range bag just for quick ones if I need to throw out, you know, 5 or 6 rounds into one. It's a little bit faster than just top loading the mag. But I do find that I'm normally working with a whole bunch of loose ammo, so I just put them in with my fingers most of the time. But this one here, I want to say is like $34 or $38 for this loader. I don't know. If you had to have one with stripper clips, maybe it would work better. That way you can extract the stripper clips and throw them away. It would be a better loader than doing them individually. But if you definitely want one that's small, just to throw in the side pocket of a mag pouch or in with your gun, this one's not too bad. So I'll even show you it works well on the 10 rounder. Like I said, it just grips onto the back. Once it latches in, it's there. It does have good retention, so I do like that. The mag doesn't want to really fall off. Like, you really got to fling it to do it. So if you're working in the field, once it's on, it's there. It'll hold the rounds. So we'll go ahead and do 10 on this one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. One more is 10. I was off by 1. All right, rotate it around. We'll do it left-handed. Goes on. It holds, and like I said, it'll hold. There's 10 rounds in the mag. Like, it'll stay. So it's not a bad option, especially if you're looking for something that's compact and you won't lose any bits and pieces. Our third loader is going to be with these AUG mags. It's going to be the universal, the EDS cam loader. Again, this one here is about 30 bucks. It's 2 pieces. It's big injection molding. For the plastic ones, compared it to the stripper mag, I like this one because it's a lot more beefier. Again, you can load loose or stripper clips into it. This one though actually holds rounds a lot better. Let's see, we'll set this one up. Let me grab a mag. And it also works on the PMag. So where the RRS speed loader will work with your PMag, and then this ETS mag loader will work, the regular stripper one does not work on this one. So I do like that. We can load up some rounds. This one holds them a lot better. I'll sit here. The rounds don't come out the front, so once you're actually loaded and you start dropping rounds down, they don't pull out. So I like that a lot better. I'll bring this over here. We can load up some more ammo. The only bad part, and get this in here. There we go. Is that it is in two pieces, that the top is not, I didn't sync that one, that this loader, if I can get these in, doing them upside down and backwards. Okay, we'll load up, that'll work. So the actual pusher is separate from the actual unit, so you need to make sure that you put it in the right orientation, set it down. You do have to hold this one, because if you do not hold it to the mag, it'll actually fall off, but it loads just fine. I think out of all three, I like how this one loads mags. I don't ever get a round that pops out. It works. I just know when I throw it in the bag, because it's two pieces, I normally put a piece of Scotch tape on here, or I make sure that I bury it down in my bag so I don't lose it. You can kind of put them together, you know, hide them over into the bag. But with it being two pieces, if you lose one, you're kind of SOL. I kind of wish this did like the actual stripper speed loader did. I wish it kind of had this cam system that kept it retained. I think that would be a better design for this. But when you load it onto a mag, the downfall to this particular mag loader is it does not stay on a magazine. You physically have to hold it, because it just sits there, the mag falls out. So just be aware if you're getting one. This one here grips real well, but is really designed for the stripper clips, and this one here is really designed more for loose ammo loading. So those are those three. I'll go ahead and do a full load here. We'll set this up over here. This one will do 20 rounds, so that's nice. It does have two slots in here. If you're seeing that I'm missing it, not getting it all the way down, the one is actually designed for the stripper clip to bite, and then you have to push the backside of the casing all the way down to get it to bite on the rim of the case. And like I said, these rounds don't fall out. They stay in there. That's what I like. And then we'll put the follower on and we'll give it a push. And the mag's loaded. So it gives you some options there. We'll go ahead and we'll move into the pistol mags next. All right, we're moving into the actual pistol speed loaders, or the mag loaders. I've got two different kinds here, and we're gonna work with three different style magazines, but these are all for the modern Steyr pistol. So this is going to work on the M's, the A1, and the A2, and it will not be caliber specific. So what I have in front of me is the M model, or an actual A1. This is a 12 round 40 mag. This is an A1 9mm 17 round mag, and this one here is the new MF mag for the 9mm. So this kind of spans all 5 generations of the pistols, what will work and what will not work. So moving into these two, there's definitely a clear-cut winner. If you're looking for the AUG mag loader, you kind of have a preference due to size and what you need it to do and how many rounds you want to load. This here is just more of a standard pistol top load mag. You're going to do a round at a time. They both work in the same fashion, but clearly one of these is better than another. So we're going to start off on the A2 mag, and I'm going to show you, this here is a Maker Shot, and this is a RAE Industries. The difference between these two loaders is this one is actually 3D printed, and up close, I don't know if you guys will be able to tell here in a light, I'll try to get it up for you. You can actually see each pass in the resin. It's got some cool logos and designs. The feel of it is definitely unique, and when you hold this, that's almost like nothing's there. It's super lightweight. The grip to it, guys, I'm a little clammy, so I'm in a really good day. It's like 95 degrees here in West Tennessee. You come off the range, your hands are going to be kind of wet a little bit. Grabbing on this one, it's got some tactile grip, but not as much as you would expect. If it wasn't for all the raised embossing, you really couldn't even hold on to this thing. It would be actually slick in your hand. I don't really know the company. I know they're US based, but would I recommend on this particular product? No. The reason why is the 3D printing. I kind of alluded to this in a live stream when I was first talking about this mag, and I really put it through its paces trying to like it and use it, but I just don't think that their 3D printing or 3D printing in general, I haven't found any type of equipment that I've liked so far. The problem with this one is on the inside, I'm trying to get my hand in here, hopefully you guys can see it, but it actually broke off due to it's layered. So if you're not familiar, the 3D printer actually goes back and forth and builds up material, and it's just too weak. There's no binding inside of it. There's no metal. It's no solid hardened piece. Each layer cools individually, so it's just like stacking like individual layer by layer of Lego, and it just doesn't truly bond, at least that I can tell on this one. Like I said, it broke off on the inside. The other big thing I don't like about it is it deforms, and granted, I am going to squeeze on it, but hopefully you guys can tell it actually compresses on the side. So when you're actually trying to put rounds down and stick it onto the mag, it when you push on the sides, it binds or it twists. The fit to the actual magazine, and this one is particular, or I should say specifically built for Steyr magazines, but it's a little too loose, it's a little too big, and I know it's supposed to work on all of them, but some mags it's worse. The actual fitment and alignment to go here on the follower just doesn't line up 100%. It's off. Your very first round getting in is kind of a pain. Once you have a first round put into the magazine, it gets better. I will say the 9mm A1 mags, it seems to like the best for some reason, but it just doesn't even really want to push down. It gets hung up on the inside of the follower. So I'll load a couple rounds. I'll show you on this one here. Grab a 9. I'm just going to go ahead and insert the very first one because it will not do it. Once you get the round inside, normally you would operate this way. You can get the next round. And it's just broke off another piece here on the inside. It's small pieces like this, and granted it's small, it's about the size of a pinhead, but it constantly keeps breaking. So before I totally just destroy this thing, I'm just gonna stop. I don't like it. These are about $13. You can find them online. I guess if you just needed one in a quick emergency, it would be okay, but I think I'd rather just load mags and have a sore thumb instead of waste $13. So normally I don't do products, or I don't rag on any company. I'm glad they make it. It's made here in the US, and someone's trying to do something new, but it just doesn't work as well as I would hope it hope it would or would like it to. So that's kind of a fail. We'll move that one off to the side. Moving into the Maker's Shot, this is actually an injection plastic mold. So this actually goes into a giant form. They spray plastic inside of it, and it's all one piece. I'll bring this one back over here to kind of show you the difference. This one's got a lot more material. It's a lot stiffer. Like, this is just a much better mag loader, and it's the same cost. They're like $12.99, 13 bucks. So when this one goes on, as you can tell, we'll go ahead and pull these rounds out. I'll show you guys here again. Like, when this one goes on, it doesn't have all that movement. And to give you a side-by-side comparison, we'll use A1 mags. This is a 40, that's a 9mm mag. You can see how much movement this has. This one doesn't, and I'll even change them out on the mags. Like, left to right's got it, and the forward and back. And this one doesn't. We'll keep with this 9mm. The actual plunger that hits the follower, it hits every time, and you can actually load the very first round, where you cannot do it on the other one. Something else I like is there's enough material on the side. I can actually pinch it this way, or I can put my hand up here, or I can put my thumb and pull the rounds in. We'll do that one there. So this maker shot works so much better. We'll do a couple of the 40s here. Actually, this is 357. It doesn't matter on the follower size. It just works. So if you're looking for one, this one, if you need a speed loader, I've also put this on CZ mags, some Walther magazines, some Springfield XD mags, and it works. Now, when looking up at MakerShot, they do not have one, at least I found, that says specifically for Steyr on their website, but if you Google search it, you can actually find one. It is the medium loader. Then it's like on eBay or Amazon, it actually says for the Steyr. But for some reason, going directly to their website and searching Steyr, it doesn't come up. But just so you guys know, it is the speed loader model LDX, and it's -new. So when I looked it up, it's a medium speed loader, works on the Steyr mags. The one Steyr mag that I have that it does not work on, which none of them do, is on my Steyr GB, which is more of a machine gun, or what they call a stick mag. It's just a big top load, and it physically just won't go inside the cavity here in the back. So getting into speed loaders, kind of going through it, this one here will work with your 9mm, your 40, and 357 SIG. I'm sorry, I do not have a 45 to test this on, so or this one here, this other one. So I did not test them on 45, but 9mm, 40 caliber, and 357 SIG. If I was going to have to buy one or recommend one, it would definitely be the MakerShot. So if you guys are looking for something, go check them out. They make a bunch of different mag loaders. They make them for a ton of different pistols and calibers and everything. And hopefully they'll do you well, like it's been working for me. So I've had this one about 6 months. It looks really new. I just keep it in the range bag for doing quick to get mags loaded up. Definitely really like this one when you start getting into the big 17 round. If you guys saw on the channel, I did have a CZ P09 tactical that was 22 rounds, and this thing came in super handy getting in those last 3 or 4 rounds just because those mags were super stiff. So I hope you all liked the video. I hope it answers some questions or gives you some insight for looking for new extra accessories for your pistols. All right, well, have a good one, and we'll see you in the next video.